Hi there, I'm Mark Marshall from Sandila Conservation. Today I'm going to be talking about strange names of snakes. Why are they called what they called? For example, I live in South Africa, which means that we have the translation of the Afrikaans to the English, which is our second language. Now, Afrikaans, for example, there's a snake that wanders around in our neighborhoods in the bush. It's called the skarpsteke. Now, everybody for years and years, that name sounds weird, but Skopsteka is actually a translation from Afrikaans, and we've adopted it in the English language. In other words, Skopsteka actually means sheep stabber. Now, have you ever heard of a snake called a sheep stabber? Nope, but there's a Skopsteka, and this snake has got nothing to do with sheep. And there's an old little wild tale myth regarding these snakes. No, these snakes live in the veldt where the farmer is grazing his sheep, and then all of a sudden, one or two of his sheep dies, and the Skopsteka is still there, which is a diurnal snake, so it comes out during the day, and the snake sees the farmer coming along. He gets a big fright, wants to run away. Where does he run and hide? Underneath the dead sheep. The farmer lifts his sheep up and sees a little snake crawled under it and says, "That's the culprit. That's what killed my sheep." And that's how that little snake got its name, Skopsteka. Meanwhile, it has nothing to do with a sheep. I mean, the largest one I've ever seen is probably in the region of about 1.2 meters long, which is actually small for a snake, considering if you think that a sheep is about 30, 40 kilograms, there's no way it's going to eat a sheep. So there's no relation with that. And also, they are mildly venomous. Now, mildly venomous doesn't mean that the venom is dangerous. It means it's got venom, but it's such little venom and it's so dilute and not so strong, so it actually cannot really damage us humans or even a sheep. So there's no ways that if a skarpsteka bites a sheep, that the sheep will actually die from a bite from a skarpsteka. So Skopstekas should be named differently, but lately their new name is the spotted grass snake, which is actually much more suited for the snake. But traditionally, the word Skopsteka, is going to stay for a very, very long time. Another misconception is the ball python. Now, these pythons have got their name because of their habit that they do. When they get scared, they don't bite you. They don't do anything like that. They roll into a ball. And that's why they're called ball pythons. Everyone says, oh, these are ball pythons. But their name has stayed with them. But their real name for the snake is the royal python. Now, royal python actually starts from their real name because of the fact that Northwest Africa, where these guys used to be found in the wild, there's a lot of royalty, like kings and queens of certain tribes, of certain countries, that type of thing. And also Cleopatra, they used to wear these snakes around their wrists as bangles. Not the leather of the snake, the actual real snake itself. So because of that, this snake got royalty and got the name royal python. Okay. So another misconception is the boomslang. The snake is a South African snake and is a very, very dangerous snake. Although it's very docile and very scared of humans, this snake has got the name boomslang. Now, boomslang in English is actually boomslang. It doesn't change the name to tree snake because the Afrikaans translation of boom is tree. So you'd think it's a tree snake. We've got our own tree snakes, like the marble tree snake, for example. But the boomslang is a boomslang in English and in Afrikaans. But it's amazing when people from overseas translate it, they say a boomslang, which is totally, totally wrong. Boomslang, they're meant to have that accent. A boomslang is a boomslang in English and in Afrikaans. Well, I hope you enjoyed this and you learned a little bit more about snakes. Please visit sandula.co.za for more information.